Hunter Miller, this is your intervention. This is your intervention today. We are having your intervention today. We have a bunch of loved ones here. We have your girlfriend. We have me. We have Anthony. Mason didn't show because he didn't care about you that much. Mason's stuck in Fort Smith. Are you good, man?
What?
What? This is your intervention.
I'm fucking hungover as shit.
I bet you drank a lot, dude.
That's what we're here to talk about.
Yeah, what happened? Tell me what happened. Explain what happened in the last 24 hours.
Oh, God, dude. What didn't happen? So, we went to go hang out with this girl that Cole is either banging or trying to bang. I don't know, man. He passed out on us, so it was just me and fucking Chris, and they're being awkward.
Right.
Luckily, we've been friends with them for a few years, so we were able to, just chill and have a conversation. And then they went to go get one of their friends, which I actually know the dude.
You knew the dude?
Yeah, dude.
I didn't know that guy.
EJ?
Yeah, I didn't know.
EJ's cool as fuck.
The fuck does EJ stand for?
I don't know.
Is it like Everett Jr.? I don't know. You said you knew him.
Fucking Elbert.
Elbert, yeah.
Elmer's Glue Jr.
No, bro, I had a friend. His name was EJ. And his name was Elbert Jr.
Not Albert, but Elbert. Not Albert, but Elbert.
Yeah.
Elbert. But
Elbert.
continue on.
That's
The listeners are interested. What happened after that? What happened after EJ showed up?
We continued to get more and more sloshed, and I can't remember how the fuck we got over here.
You don't remember how we got over here? Well, we got a ride. Trevor gave us a ride 3 hours after he was supposed to give us a ride because his girlfriend was mad that we were fucking still over there. And I thought that the lady... We got beat up. Do you remember that? Do you remember us getting beat up?
No, I don't remember that.
I took the brunt of it. I took most of the fucking shots, and then Chris took a few, and then towards the end, you were getting fucked. This lady, I don't really understand exactly what happened here, okay? But the EJ guy, is he black?
Yes.
He's black? Okay, he's confirmed black. Okay, so he was saying some things where he was implying that I was racist. And I was like, yeah, I'm racist. And he's like, that's fucking awesome, dude. And he like fist bumped me and was like super about it. Like he was like super down with it. But then he started saying the N-word. I didn't say it. He started saying it next to me. And then for some reason, Matt, the other lady that was there, who is one of our friends' ex-girlfriends, like this real like eccentric lady. She has a face tattoo of her angel numbers and shit. She went over and she fucking Spartan kicked me in the fucking chest and started swinging on me, right? And so I went to the ground pretty quick. Like I wasn't able to fucking do much. And then I realized it was kind of funny because I used to be in a domestic abusive relationship and shit. So I got flashbacks that kind of turned on a little bit. So I started to keep fucking doing it. But then I realized it was a bad idea. Chris went to my aid. Chris actually got up and he used his long fucking arms to tangle her in the living room for a minute. And then the guy that she brought with her started to break it up for a second. Hunter, you went up to hug her, and then she fucking decked you, dude. She fucking went, like, she teed off on you really fucking bad for, like, a while. Awesome. And then we just sat there getting our asses whooped by this crazy woman. And I think that's part of the reason why I feel the way that I do today. I think that's part of the reason why I'm so fucking, like, hungover and fucked up. And maybe you feel the same way. Maybe you forgot about that.
Just say hungover and horny.
Dude, I'm just like...
Nick Cole,
It's been a hell of a night.
are you aware that you have your sweatpants on backwards?
Yeah. Well, thank you for pointing that out. Thank you for pointing that out. Thank you for pointing that out. I'm just gonna fucking, you guys can't see, but I'm trying to change my pants by turning them around and taking them off.
I don't think that's gonna work.
You don't think that's gonna work?
No.
I don't think you're gonna go to work.
I'm not going to work.
Oh, yeah?
Fuck
Because it's
that.
Monday. You slept in. It's the next fucking day.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck
We had to
that.
put off the podcast because you wouldn't wake up. We got like half a segment last night and you just went back to sleep.
I heard you guys talking. You can't fool me. Oh, shit.
What's 27 hours deep on the nap?
Oh,
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
remember us
no,
putting
it's
our balls in your
fucking
mouth one at a
fun
time?
Yeah, do you remember the sexual assault?
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. My phone is dead. Like, I'm dead. Like,
I tried to give him a charger and he said, I don't need that shit.
I know.
He said, I don't need that shit.
Oh, God.
Screw that lady. I don't care. That's what you said. I remember.
I did not say that. Also, we got our asses kicked, dude, but I don't feel like I got my ass kicked.
You got the
by
least
anything
worst
else
of it.
Other than the alcohol, like that was probably about like dude, I'm feeling. I got my ass kicked. Like
Chris was the most
my ass
aggressive
kicked by
towards her.
alcohol.
I took the most shots, and then you had it was the saddest one to
Is this
watch. It was like the saddest one to fucking...
Is this cool?
Yeah, go ahead, man. I know.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Jesus
crazy.
Christ, dude.
Like, and you.
So, do you have any idea what the fuck Mason's doing? He's not here right now. Do you have any idea what he's doing?
Yes, he is in OKC. He was at not OKC. God damn, why do I keep saying that? He's in Arkansas. He's in Fort Smith right now. He was at a bar, right? Him and Cradian were at a bar last night, and they were having fun. Last time I talked to him, he said that it was 5 a.m. and he was still at a bar.
What the fuck was he doing at a bar? Is it Fort Smith? Or he said, okay,
Fort
yeah.
Smith. So is Arkansas.
She was with him too.
Yeah.
So they probably just stayed out too late and made some new friends, and he probably just fucking, I don't know what. I asked him if he wanted to do it over the phone, and he said, I don't believe in phones, I'm Amish. Is what he fucking said. He said he is a Mennonite Amish Native American man.
That sounds about right.
He said that sounds lame and gay. He also called you gay.
That's okay.
He told me to tell you that you're gay.
Yep, probably.
How long have you known?
God, dude, like, I don't know, man. I've known him since I was like 15.
So
probably about that long. I don't know.
Ooh. Okay, so I got something to tell you. This is crazy. I wish I pulled the news article, but my phone's right here. Hold on. So there was a bill passed today. There's been an influx of furries lately. We like to talk about the furry community a little bit on this show a bit. And in Oklahoma, there's a new law in Congress where is going through. A certain congressman is passing it. And basically what the bill states is that if a kid wants to show up and identify as an animal and be in a furry costume at school, that he's not allowed in the classroom. And if his parents can't pick that person up, animal control has to deal with the child in the furry thing. They have to go to a dog pound. And that's not a joke. This is a real bill in Oklahoma Congress. You can look it up. That animal control has to come pick your kid up and put them in a dog pound with their little furry uniform on. That's like we are literally entering a society where animal control, oh, you want to be a dog? We'll let you be a dog. You gotta go to the dog pound, boy. You gotta eat dog food. You gotta sleep in a kennel and get fucking.
Well, I mean, if that's the choice, then yeah, definitely.
You're pointing. Okay. So today we have kind of an unusual one. Me and her have been on a bender the last 2 days, and this is like the end result of us being slumped. We have my roommates here. Tyler is somewhere in the background. Yeah, there he is. Yeah. I fucking see him. He had a good episode this week, but this week I want to give a little bit of focus to my other roommate, someone that didn't get a lot of explanation on the podcast last time. My roommate, Rage, from Utah, who has moved here. How long did you move here?
3 months ago.
How do you like it?
It's beautiful.
Fuck yeah. What's okay, so the first thing I have to ask, this is really, really important, is it true that you turn your girlfriends into lesbians and help them find a girlfriend after you break up with them?
You're a dick.
I'm not a dick. I didn't write these. My editor wrote these, yeah. Anthony wrote these.
5 out of 5 of my relationships have ended with them breaking up with me and then dating exclusively women. 1 of which I helped them meet the girl who I brought in as our 3rd in our relationship, and then they left me for them.
You trained your replacement.
Yeah,
you went to work and you trained the guy replacing you.
Yeah. So I would say that's pretty fairly true.
Why do you think that is? What do you think causes that?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you that one.
Is it just that you have a natural feminine energy, or is it that you make women give up on men?
I would go with the first part.
Okay.
I'm fairly more feminine than I am masculine at most times.
Where are you originally from?
Pennsylvania.
What part of Pennsylvania?
What we call Pennsyltucky, but no.
Ooh, okay.
So the backwoods.
So like rural Pennsylvania, yeah.
In between Pittsburgh and Philly, the agricultural area, farmland and factories.
You say you're gonna go back there sometimes too, right? That'd be nice. I could have.
Are we fucking live right now?
We've been live the whole time. We've been live the whole time.
You waking up was the open.
That was the
We did that on purpose. I'm an alcoholic. I need to go to rehab. My life is falling apart.
Motherfucker, bro.
So if you can't tell, the theme this week is interventions?
Yeah, the theme this week is interventions. Caden, I have an intervention for you.
What the fuck you gotta say to me?
I said I have an intervention for you
Capri
because
Suns
you're
are a
gay.
problem.
Capri Suns better.
My man is drinking himself to death on Capri Suns, right?
More than anyone can tell me.
Fucking getting slurped, getting scissored, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. Rage. Would you rather have an OnlyFans famous mom or a dad who posts thirst traps on TikTok?
Ooh. A dad who puts thirst traps on TikTok.
Why?
I feel like it's a more fun conversational
honorable.
piece.
It's honorable.
I feel like it's more interesting, and if you've ever met my dad, it would actually line up that I lost a bet, I have to do this.
What's your dad like?
He's a very charismatic, very outgoing, funny person.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of exhausting.
I don't know.
Really
Do you have to call him daddy? You have to call
No,
him daddy?
but my mom refers to him as daddy even
Oh,
when she's
what?
talking to us children.
Oh.
Like if I'm talking to my mom, she'll be like, "Well, daddy's at work right now, so I'm like."
That's weird. Don't let me think of that, Mom. Don't let me fucking don't put those thoughts in my head.
Yeah, when I encountered my
I know what
first
you want.
relationship like that, I also had a like, wait a minute, type moment. Yeah. But yeah, my mom refers to my dad as daddy all the fucking time.
That's
I have a follow-up question.
Tyler has a follow-up question.
What's it like having a living mom?
Aww.
Yikes.
I actually
Hunter can't tell you.
I wouldn't know.
Honestly, I
I
love my mom, but they're very overbearing and way too, like, if I give them any little detail about my life, they want every fucking little detail about that little detail.
My mom's like that too.
And it kind of sucks sometimes.
My mom was like that, dude. Like, she really was, dude. Like, she was very caring, right, for a Karen, and that was her name. Her name was, like, yeah, dude, that was her God-given name.
What was her last name? Miller?
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah, she, after she divorced my dad, she kept the last name because she didn't want me to feel lonely.
What was her maiden name?
Murphy.
Murphy? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So in Tahlequah, we have this thing where sometimes you might have a dude named, like, Kalijah Drowning Bear, and then sometimes you might have a native dude named Hunter Logan Paul Miller.
Yeah.
You might have a guy with
Hunter
the
Logan
widest,
Paul
yeah,
Miller,
have
bro.
the widest
You might
fucking name.
have the widest fucking
Yeah,
name
and you
for a
might
name
come out with that.
ever.
There's ways the origin of that. Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah. My last name has only been in the family for 200 years because we couldn't go by Shitting Bear or like anything like that anymore. Like the government.
older than
Shitting Bear.
white people.
But you
So
pick,
we got assigned last names actually by the government.
and they pick shit like Murphy and Miller.
Yep.
They give you fucking, like, the lamest ones. They didn't give you occupations. They were just vague. Like, alright, that's Steve now. That's
No.
fucking...
Yeah, dude, your name's Frank. Actually, like, you're no longer fucking Eagle Cries on the Hill, right? You are Frank. Yeah. Dude,
What is your
you're
favorite,
Frank
He
Stevens?
He just like walks in, he's like, I am Screaming Eagle. It's like,
I don't know about that one.
What do you do?
All right,
You
Bernie,
look-
you look more like a Frank.
You build the teepees? Yeah, you're Frank Carpenter. now.
Yeah.
Is the gentrification system on the name is the same thing that they do for like Chinese people at
Yes,
buffets?
it's called
Yes. Yeah, dude.
Anglicization or whatever, yeah.
That is exactly.
Well,
the
and then
same,
the Chinese people,
actually.
they pick that. So whenever you go to China, you have to have a Chinese name too. You don't go by Tyler anymore. You have to be Jing Dang Ding Dang 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 Dang. You have to be that, right? And that's not a direct translation. I didn't take Mandarin that long. That's not a direct translation. But okay, so I have a question for Hunter. Hunter, what is your favorite Cherokee name? Like, do you have anything that you think is interesting? Any ones that you like? Any Cherokee last
Oh,
names?
dude, there was okay. So there's this old religion, right, that used to be within the Cherokee Nation, right, and we overthrew them because they became too corrupt, right. But their names were the Anikitani, right. They were the Sky Serpent people.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, dude. So
that's cool as fuck, bro.
yeah, dude, the Sky Serpent people, like that sounds fucking cool.
What was their name?
Anikitani.
I feel like I know that for some reason.
Anikitani, yeah, and they were a religion actually within the Cherokee Nation. They were
Warcraft. It has to be
They-
Warcraft.
dude, it sounds like something straight out of fucking Skyrim or Warcraft or something
The
like
Horde,
that, right? Yeah, dude, yeah, no, the Sky Serpent people. And what happened was they got too corrupt, man. They were hoarding all the wealth, they were hoarding all the food, like all the women, everything, and people got pissed off about it, dude. So what they did was they overthrew it, and then we went back to a tribal system, of course. Like, yeah.
But the last name question. What's your favorite last name or first name, like, in Cherokee?
Ooh. I mean, dude, there were a lot of cool ones out there. There were, like, some weird ones. There are, like, some weird ones, like, yeah, like No Fire or, like, Dry Water.
Yeah, I know some
and
Dry
shit
Water.
like that. Yeah, dude, like...
My
like,
favorites
some
are,
crazy-ass dry
there's a
water.
family in Woodall, I think you know some, there's a family in Woodall, that their last name is literally Stay-at-Home. And they're known for
related to
fucking...
them.
Yeah, you're related
I'm
to
related,
stay-at-homes?
yeah, I'm related to a lot of the stay-at-home, probably all of them.
So the
honestly.
stay-at-homes are known historically really well for not going to work or going to school. They're known really well for not going to work or going to school, and then they're known for like being truant and not showing up. That's why they call the stay-at-homes. My mom had a boyfriend, and his last name was fucking White Killer. And it's like,
White
okay,
killer.
yeah, it was a white killer. And then this is
That's
the
an
worst
earned
part.
title
He
right there.
started barring her car, and he got real drunk one day.
Somebody earned their fucking stripes.
He,
Yeah.
but this is funny. He got real drunk one day.
5 skins.
He got real drunk one day, and he borrowed my mom's car, and he carved his name, Jeremy White Killer, into the steering wheel. And then I had to use that car later on, and I got pulled over, and the first thing the cops saw was just White Killer carved in the fucking steering wheel and a tribal tag.
God.
I was like, this is really unfortunate. Why would you not change that name? Why would you not change that name? Why would you not fucking this is not good.
Can you go ahead and just pull the marshals up here?
Yeah.
That's fucking funny. Like if it's not a tribal officer,
Okay,
like, you're
but
so fucked.
How good were they at killing white people that they changed their name to White Killer?
Really effective. They were
they were very fucking.
They're-
They had that 4.0 KDA, bro.
Our buddy Tyson, they say, I don't know if this is true, I think Mason told me this, I don't know if it's true, that his name, before they changed it, it's Tyson Killer right now. It used to be Tyson Inward Killer. Was the fucking legal name, was the legal, like that was, because like they just, that's what they were good at doing, is what they fucking, so they
titles
yeah,
right
they fucking.
I
fucked
dubbed
up.
thee
But that one,
type shit, bro.
that one they had to change though, because obviously it's just so fucking offensive. But White Killer got to stick because it's vague enough that you can be like, yeah, that's kind of gangsta in 2024. It's kind of fucking.
I don't know. I feel like White Killer's it's same ballpark.
It's the same ballpark.
Reading
kinda
the
is.
name and then saying it out loud are two completely different experiences.
Right, you don't process it until you fucking see it on
Like
paper.
if
and
someone's
yo.
like, I'm John White Killer, you're just like, word. But you walk on, you pull someone's ID or you
just
see
Jeremy
something about
White
them, you're
Killer.
Like,
Honky Stabber.
Monkey Stabber is crazy, bro.
Cracker Killer, yeah.
Cracker Killer.
That's wild.
Legally
That is a
changed
real
my
name, though,
to Rage
yeah.
Honky Killer now.
Honky Killer.
Dog, if I was a
Great
cop and I pulled you
talking
over, I'd let you go so fast. I couldn't stop laughing. like, sir, could you read me your name? And you just look at your straight face and there's like Rage Honky Killer.
Jesus Christ.
You're just like, I thought this shit was fake.
Okay, you're making me
What's
ask.
your socials? Just fucking
Rage.
beams it out.
Rage. Rage is not your birth name, right?
No.
And I'm not gonna say your birth name because it's fucked up, but why did you change your name to Rage?
I never really liked my name.
Right.
Fair enough.
It kind of started with my dad. One of my first memories is my dad telling me that my mom won out on naming me, and he wanted to name me Logan Howlett.
Like Wolverine?
Logan Howlett Williams.
Like Wolverine, like
was supposed to be
Snick, like
because
fucking.
of Wolverine. My dad is such an
Hell yeah.
Wolverine fan. He was going to name me the canonical name from the fucking comic.
I can top you. I can top. Hold on. I'll let you finish. I can
Right.
top you though. I can top you real quick.
Right.
My parents almost named me. My last name's Panel. My parents literally almost named me fucking Peter.
Peter Parker.
That would have been hard.
That would have been bad.
Dude, that kinda would've been hard.
That would have been fucking bad.
I don't know,
No,
man.
Peter
Bro,
Panel.
that kind of goes. That kind of has a fucking.
I'm glad they do.
ring to- Yeah.
But I'm gonna let you finish. Why did you choose that name?
And so, I've always been a gamer, and I've gone through like a bunch of different names, and one that stuck was Raging Fatality. And I had that name for a long time, and then it became Based Rage, and I was only ever called Rage. I ended up moving to Salt Lake City with some people who, like literally with people I owned a Discord with. So they only knew me as Rage. They didn't know my, only 3 of the 400 people in my server knew my actual real name.
Right. So you got used to
And
that
so-
more than your own.
Yeah, and so
fucking
I
name.
lived in a house with people who called me Rage, and I kind of liked it more. And so eventually I started going by it at work.
Mm.
You know, I work in restaurants, so walking in hey, I'm gonna start going by Rage.
Because that just sounds natural after a
Yeah, it
period
just
of time.
sounds better. And then for a long time I had to think about what the last name, the last part of it was gonna be.
Now you know. Now you know it's me, Honky Stabber.
Yeah.
You know.
You know, it was initially I had landed on Valheim because my initial last name was Williams, and we're from Germany, so the original German translation was Valheim
Okay.
or Veldheim, and so I just gave
That's
it
a tight ass last name.
I gave it just kind of like a Norse twist because of being Norse pagan, keeping it traditional to my family.
Mm-hmm. So wait, did you grow up around any kind of Norse paganism, or was that something you got exposed to later on in life?
I was very much into mythology and legends as a kid, and I've always said if I were to fully believe into our religion, it would be the Norse pantheon.
I just realized the goddamn washing machine is on. Can we cut that? I didn't mean to fucking start.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I ended up I was in a very Christian family.
Yeah.
And at one point, I would like go to high school reading the Bible. Like I had read the Bible front to back before junior year.
It's a long ass book. It's not very interesting.
Right?
Yeah, dude.
And I ended up stopped going to church. And what got me was I read the Bible, I got my interpretation of it, and some of the stuff I took literally. It's like, okay, so this is the basis of everything we believe in.
Yeah.
And then I look at my pastor. My pastor was fucking incredible. First of all, his name was James Bond.
Pastor Bond!
Born name, Pastor James Bond.
Pastor 007. Got you.
I can't remember his wife's name,
Fucking
but
A.
I was not the biggest fan. Like,
Was it Bale Bond?
No, it was like Jackie or something like that.
Was it Bale, last name Bond?
But they had 3 kids, Jameson, Jeremiah, and James Bond. So
They had to have another James.
And they had a female,
they
I
have
think
to
was
have more.
Jessa or Jessica or something
Jessica
like
Bond.
Jessa
Like
Bond.
J's, okay.
If you made
They
James
just
Bond,
kept it all
Yeah, no.
J's. But they were really cool. But the wife, like, she was always wearing really fancy shit. They were driving, her and her, like, one of their kids drove an Escalade. And, like,
Damn,
to
bro.
me, that's, like,
Very
not,
materialistic, you know.
that's too materialistic for a pastor's wife.
Well, yeah.
That defeats the purpose of what you are
In
teaching people to believe.
the Bible it says that a rich man will have a hard time getting to heaven. The camel will passing through the eye of
Yeah,
the needle.
and so, like,
Yep.
to me, like, I didn't really, to me, I was like, oh, I'm not kind of with this. I kind of never fully believed with it. I did it for my parents' sake, and eventually I kind of just like, well, I'm not going to fake believe in something everyone else is fake believing in. That's kind of pointless. Like, I'm just going to kind of be my own person.
Right.
You just want to have an original idea. I get it.
It kind of went along with me taking myself off my medication at 18, of me
Right.
being like, I just want to be me.
What are you being
My own
medicated for? If
person.
I can ask.
So, growing up, I was on a ton, like, at the age of 8, I was taking, like, 13 pills in the morning, like, 12 at night. Like, I was constantly changing stuff. They
Jesus
didn't really know what
Christ.
was going on.
Just a child.
Just a ton of diagnosis and tons of changing medication.
I mean, my mom, you know, back whenever I was diagnosed with ADHD, she did not want to get me hooked on fucking Ritalin because she saw how that zombified kids out, and she didn't want that for me. So I've been raw
I went through
I've been raw
Ritalin, like,
dogging life.
Concerta,
It's literally
Adderall, I
just
went through all that
children.
shit.
All that good shit.
They are.
All that good
now,
shit.
yeah.
It's just kids being.
Now you
Um,
wish you get it. Yeah.
Don't
but,
have to be controlled at a desk.
At 18, I was like, I'm cold turkeying this shit. And I cut myself. As soon as I turned 18, my psychiatrist was like, you have the choice. You don't have to do this. And I cut everything off until I was like 21.
Damn.
I don't remember those like 3 years of my life that well. I remember working and I remember playing video games. I don't remember anything else. That's it.
You were on autopilot. You were just
Yeah,
zombified.
I
the
was.
fuck out.
It was coming. I believe I was comatose from literally being on so many different drugs and constantly changing for so long, and then no additives, nothing, and then from 18 to 24, I didn't take anything for my medication.
18, 24. Okay, so it's
And
from.
then when I turned 24, 23, actually, I started smoking weed. I was
Really?
like, oh, this actually kind of helps a little bit.
What was the first time you smoked weed?
Okay, so my homie Kyle. I'm gonna name drop because it's like.
They're not
fucking
listening. Can you listen to it? If you send it to him, please. If you
If
want
I
it
do,
out
yeah.
there.
But
Bro, you can throw a dive and hit like 10 Kyles. You're good.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Kyle, so homie Kyle lived out in the boonies of Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
and dude was from how I remember him, I like to describe him as he was like the Great Gatsby of weed dealers. right. Almost every weekend he'd have people out to his place, and he would set we'd have a bonfire. He'd set up the grill. Homies be grilling, playing music, people drinking, and then the back of his Jeep, his tailgate on his Jeep would be down with his dab rig,
Yeah.
like 2-3 ounces of dab, and a torch.
And back then, that was fucking
Just,
expensive. That
like,
2
10
grams of dabs was not a joke.
Like,
You couldn't.
just gone in illegal state, just left out. Like homie just left dab containers out for people, which is like leave bud out for people who smoke. Like the first time I ever smoked was just me and him chilling in his room watching this crazy ass fucking Bollywood movie. And like up until this point, I have always said no. I've always believed all the bullshit. I always got uncomfortable and ended up saying no. He was very cool about like, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. So it was like chilling there, smoking with him one day, and I went home. I didn't smoke while I was there. And then like my grandmother started going through cancer, and I was like, yo, can I smoke? Like, I'm not doing good.
Yeah.
Let's smoke. He picks me up, and we like are just driving through these back roads, and he's just rolling up a blunt, like just rolling up a swisher as he's driving.
Yeah.
Lights this shit, hands it to me, pulls out a bong, starts ripping a bong,
Nice.
dude.
Wait, where'd you get the bottle from?
Just like for the back
He's driving?
seat, dude.
He's driving?
He's driving.
Badass.
It's a bong, dude. Right. Hardest shit I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, I gotta smoke now. Like, I can't say no. So I'm taking a couple of hits. I get high as shit, and I'm like, you gotta drop me out. I make up an excuse. Like, I got too anxious, and that was like how it was for the first little bit. The first time I ever took a dab.
Yeah.
We were chilling. Again, for whatever reason, he threw. Yo, I know this great movie. Let's watch it. It's this weird Bollywood flick.
What, do you remember the name of the movie?
It's very well clipped. It's I've seen clips of it all the fucking time, but I don't remember the name. I just remember a bunch of dudes with shields, and this one dude gets fucking catapulted and does like a bunch of.
Is it like a medieval movie or was it?
No, it's
what
like it's like a Persian war type beat.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah, and it's like all Bollywood's like not superhero-esque, but doing superhero type shit. Like, it's fucking incredible. Shout out Triple R if you've never seen it on Netflix. Fucking phenomenal movie.
I bet it's fucking bad. I'm gonna watch it after this.
And we're taking dabs, and I take a dab, I'm coughing my lungs out, and we just keep going. And we just keep hitting dabs. We watched this whole movie, and then for whatever reason, the movie ends, and I'm like, I can't be here right now.
I gotta go home. I gotta get.
Alright,
So I hop in the car, and I fucking leave. I did not realize, like, driving home, I was struggling. I was like 10-2, and consciously like,
What were you
like
driving?
checking my speed.
Where were you driving?
My mom's Kia Soul.
And
And so like I was in a Discord call on the Bluetooth with my homies, driving back to the place to go play games.
Mm.
I get back to my crib, and homie texts me. He's like, "Did you make it back safe? I want to make sure that you're okay." And I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" And he goes, "You just smoked 0.5 gram of dab.
Your first
time smoking dab." And I realize how fucking insanely high I am every time I've driven home from this man's house. And for whatever reason, it becomes a theme. He'll hit me up, I'll go over, we'll watch a shitty movie or play some games on his console downstairs, hang out with the homie,
Oh, yeah.
get high as fuck, and then I get anxious, and I drive home when I'm way too high. And it becomes this ritual, right? One night I go over, and I learned the secret of dabs and what happens when I do dabs. Because every time I've done dabs, we just sat there and watched something, and I haven't moved.
Relaxed, yeah.
Until I got up and left.
Wait,
right?
what's the secret of dabs?
If I'm active and I'm doing dabs, it makes me want to fucking do shit. I found this out by the first time doing dabs at one of his parties, and I disappeared for 2 hours cutting wood. And he walked up to me with food and goes, "Are you good? We couldn't find you. We thought you left." And I was like, "No, I thought we were low on wood." And then I look at the giant fucking pile of split wood next to me. I'm like, "I just wanted to help out." And he looks at me and goes, "Dude, we have wood up there." Right? And so I just cut twice the amount of wood for no fucking reason. And I look at him and I'm like, "Do you want to fight?"
Just get
That
so
was the thing
high.
I realized when I get really high on dabs, I just want to be active.
Well, I've noticed
I
just
want to
living
like do
with you.
shit.
Is that activity, or are you devolving to your simpler pleasures? Like chopping wood, punching people.
Driving, cooking, getting high
love
shit, and
the
just
human
sharpening a knife or
experience.
cooking is the easiest
Blast
shit.
on my back
Okay.
and then take you outside and be like, you want to fight? Just see what
The
happens.
answer will always be no to you.
Some
I'm
marijuana just makes me violent, man. Just some marijuana makes you want to hit fucking
Something
people.
about,
Something about
the dab, the
Something
concentrated
about it,
form of weed that is a dab, makes me want to go to the gym. Makes me want to be active. It makes me want to call up my homie from high school when we would spar every day and then go lift weights.
Fuck
Like,
yeah, dude.
I loved that shit.
You
And
should
for
be
whatever
doing that.
reason, it takes me back to that mindset. But also, ripping a fat fucking dab, getting a shower, ripping another fat fucking dab, and beating your dick is one of life's greatest
Heavenly
pleasures.
pleasure right there.
or as known in Urban Dictionary, weed whacking.
Ah.
No, I wrote a song about we have a homie. It's one of the Meteor twins. I'll say it. I won't say which one, but it's one of them. He used to live with them.
the feeling of ripping a dab. Oh, no.
Right. Okay. So anyways, this dude I used to live with used to jack off and smoke weed all the fucking time, and I wrote a song about it, and I meant to fucking send it to
Did he
him,
call
but
it weed whacking or did he call it hijacking?
hijacking.
I mean, hijacking's a good one too.
But no, this dude I live with did have an addiction to masturbation, and I used to walk in on it all the time. And he's still a good guy, but it was just awkward as fuck. And it was really there was a room that he would just jack off in and piss in Sprite bottles.
His
Remember
designated.
that? Springer pissing in a Sprite bottle.
okay.
Springer pissing in a Sprite bottle. Yeah. No,
I
I love Will. I do love Will though. I love him. So
Like the
much.
2 liters?
Yeah, or sometimes it's a 1 liter, sometimes it's a 20 ounce. Sometimes it's whatever. It was always Sprite
Whatever
though.
kind of bottle
It was
that
always
they
Sprite
got.
though. It's always the
It was
green.
Sprite, yeah.
plastic
Sprite was his
with-
I have a
choice
homie I used to play with,
container, bro.
and he had his own room. I lived in the living room. Everything like
Nothing
it
different,
was
yeah.
it was chill, right? Not that different. But the dude was quiet. Like all he ever did was play games, go to work, come home, play games again.
Right.
One day I woke up to go to work, and I go in the bathroom to get a shower. And I walk over to brush my teeth, and there's just a pocket, like a fleshlight
All right.
in the sink.
No.
Now,
shit.
what throws me off the most is I'm very open about sexual shit. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
It's the color that gets me.
What color was it?
What
It
color
is the color. Okay, it's the color of my ball. Like think Rasta colors, right? Red, like that bright red, yellow, green. But it was bright green, bright purple, and bright blue.
Ugh. That's a weird.
Right.
What?
So it looked like my bong, but in those 3 colors.
Okay.
And so I'm sitting
What
here.
color is your bong? The viewers can't
My
see.
bong is red, yellow, and green.
Okay.
And so we're sitting there, and I'm literally like I'm just making full eye contact with this. Look up, take a moment, and I'm like, he's asleep. There's no sound, like there's no TV, there's nothing going on. Like I can usually hear him if he's awake. Look back down at it, call into work, and just go back to bed.
Okay, I got one.
I called into Petco and goes, I was about to leave, and my cat ran outside. I don't know if I can't find him. I may need someone to cover my shift, and then just never went in.
That's the ultimate one. I got one. I got one like that. I got one similar to that.
That was
So-
my pocket to get out of work, bro. I hit them with that so many times. They thought Scoop was a demon. And all the shit I said he ate a whole loaf of bread. He ate a whole stick of butter. They believed it because of all of the shit I told them that he did. But he was such a good dude.
Wait, but
all he
you-
ever did was piss on shit.
You just lied and gaslit him because he was
So-
gross, or what?
No, I lied and gaslit my job into thinking that Scoop was a menace, so I could get out of work and play games with
The
Tyler.
cat,
all the
not the
time.
person.
My
The
cat, yeah.
To be clear, not
Yeah.
Scoop.
No,
Yeah.
I did get food poisoning from my roommate one time and constantly used that. I was like, my roommate cooked and I shouldn't have
I
fucking
should
ate it.
shit
I-
myself. Dude,
Yeah,
yeah, Tobias
yeah,
is like
and so
that.
like one time, like he brought food home from 4th of July.
Please not.
He
I
brought
hate
food
that
home
song.
from 4th of July and left it in his car and didn't tell me. And then brought burgers in and put them in the fridge and I ate them. And I got sick as shit. And so I had to call out of work like 2 days after 4th of July one time. And so that just became a fucking call out for me. I was like, I didn't know. I thought it was my food. I didn't know I didn't know he made it. I'm sorry, I can't make it in today. I'm shitting myself.
I got one kind of like that. My little brother or sister were fucked. Yeah, they're gay. And at the time, I don't think that they had been open as trans yet. But I just got out of jail. I was in Arkansas. and it was Thanksgiving, and everybody's fucking mad at me because I went to jail, and they had to pay $100 to get me out of fucking jail, and then they had to pay a bunch of money for a lawyer because I'm like, everybody's I'm the bad guy all of a sudden, so I can't go to Thanksgiving because I just got out of jail 2 days ago, or whatever the fuck, because that's when I went, right? And it was Thanksgiving Day, I remember. And I'm at my mom's house. My mom's house is like a nicer house out in Fayetteville. We don't talk anymore. It's like a nicer house out in Fayetteville, but it was supposed to be nice. But then because of the way she treats it, the way that she treats it, and the way that Jeremy Whitekiller, the man we mentioned earlier, treated it, it has now turned into... Have you seen Breaking Bad?
Yes.
Remember the house at the end of Breaking Bad when they turn the pool into a skate park and they start graffitiing fuck Walter White, fuck Heisenberg, and the fucking inside is like destroyed and there's plants growing out of the fucking sink. There were literally plants growing out of the sink. It was that bad. And she left. I'm in this fucking dilapidated fucking house. It's supposed to be nice in Fayetteville. And it's Thanksgiving. And I remember I'm going to go pick up the little bit of laundry I have because I don't have the car because I went to jail and the car's impounded right now. I need to get the money off Chris to fucking get the car out of the out of car jail. And I go, and I'm in my little brother's room, and I fucking open up the first drawer, and I see a stack of Magnum condoms and then like a pink fucking vibrator dildo thing. And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, this is not what I want for Thanksgiving. Fuck. And then I called my mom, and I was like, can we do something with this? I don't know what to do. This is just I'm scared. I don't want to fucking even put anything near it. Like, what the fuck? And then for some reason, I don't understand, she went and texted my little brother about it. Even though he's already in New Orleans, he's already like halfway across the country, he doesn't give a fuck, right? And then I get a phone call while I'm alone in the house, and my little brother from New Orleans is like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Mind your own fucking business. Are you happy you're not in jail, you piece of shit? What's in my room is none of your fucking... Because all I was doing is trying to put my socks in the sock drawer. I found a fucking pink dildo. I found a fucking vibrator, and I was like, okay, what the fuck? He's like, what's wrong with you? Don't be going through my shit, and fuck you. I hope you go back to jail. I hope you don't even... Gets all fucking mad, hangs up, and then... I wait a little bit, I'm like, well, I just fucked up my relationship with my little brother here over a fucking dildo. And then some more time goes by, and then I get a call from my grandma, and my grandma also got texted about the fucking dildo, but she's not even asking about that. She calls me, and she's like, Jerry Whitekiller just may or may not have escaped from jail. He just called your mom off of the fucking random phone. Get the house ready. I know you're by yourself. He's probably gonna come there and fuck you up. He's probably gonna come there and fucking... And then I had to go on walk down all Thanksgiving Day waiting for this mean fucking drunk tweaked out Indian to show and murder me. Like, even though my mom isn't there, my mom's in Tulsa and shit, but I'm just like, because in his head, that's the only place he has to go, is in Fayetteville. He's in jail somewhere in Arkansas. And I guess what really happened is he got a hold of somebody's phone while he was in there, so I smuggled in, and he started, like, texting fucking, like, threats and smug shit, like, while he was in there, and then they freaked out. By the time they told me he escaped from prison, he was on his way to kill me. And while I also just disappointed my grandma and my mom and my little brother by telling me about a fucking dildo I found while I was just trying to put my fucking socks up. I guess I'm the bad guy in that one. I don't know. If it was my dildo, I would put it somewhere more secretive.
I mean, I never told my roommate about the fleshlight until I moved out. And
you didn't mention it
about it. No, we never once brought about it.
I wouldn't have.
You don't bring that shit up unless you know you can with them. I probably could have. We probably could have laughed about it sooner. But when I brought it up, we died laughing. Like, it was fucking hilarious. Because he was like, oh, fuck, I thought you did. I was hoping you didn't see it. And I was like, oh, no, Tyler saw a picture of it.
So if that was me, I would have immediately woken them up and just be like, hey.
Look, can you come get your shit?
Like, hey, I'm trying to brush my teeth and,
I don't want to sit on it, you know what I'm saying?
Let's give it a little bit of grease. Grease it up a little bit, man. It'll work.
It was clean. Like, he cleaned it. He just left it in the sink, bro.
WD-40.
Like, I can't be that mad. It was just like, I'm not touching it. You know what I mean?
Blood
Like,
probably hit the weed whacker and fucking just
The
forgot.
weed whacker!
Got so high after he beat it, he just fucking forgot about it. Hijack.
What else you got for me,
bro.
What?
What else you got?
Hunter?
So, alright, so have you guys seen that fucking meme? Okay, so it's like an internet thing, right, where it's like Stuart Little, right? And like people are like really pissed off about him. They write things like, oh, I'm so mad, like I'm shaking in fury right now. Fucking Stuart Little, I just want to fucking like crush his stupid little mouse car or
Well, it's
some
because
shit
all those
like
kids
that.
didn't get adopted, but the fucking mouse did. All those kids stayed in the orphanage forever. And the fucking
they were
mouse
their
died.
kids. They were their fucking kids, bro, the entire time.
The implications of what creatures can and can't talk in that movie.
Right.
Like, it-
Yeah.
Mice
Like,
can.
Cats can't.
Some cats.
I thought the cat
cats,
did.
The cats do.
I thought the cat
cats
had an
do.
exaggerated English accent.
However, can the humans hear the cats?
No. I mean, they can
Like-
talk to Stuart Little, apparently. Like,
Like-
yeah.
Are
Do
they the
they
only
hear
mice that can do
Snowball
that,
the
or
whole
do what?
time and they're just fucking ignoring him because he's a cat?
It needs to be maybe it's like different languages. Maybe mice understand cats and cats don't understand. But for some reason, that movie, humans understand mice.
Humans understand mice, yeah.
What? Hunter, do you have a beef against Stuart Little? Was that it?
No. Apparently, the whole fucking internet has a beef. There's entire fucking Reddit threads about just people just being angry at Stuart Little.
Just getting absurdly
Yeah, they're just
fucking mad.
absurdly fucking
Stuart
angry.
Right, is
Little
ever
is now
people
the
like
same
leaving
box
like
as Ben
they're
Shapiro?
like
Pretty
leaving
much.
comments or,
Oh,
like,
by the way, just so
Stuart
we
Little
are clear,
robbed me, took my car keys, and fucking caused
Yeah,
my
it's-
divorce.
it's related-
Stuart fucked my
to that.
girlfriend
Yeah.
and kicked all my friends
Like,
out.
I went to the
and
same
fucking-
orphanage as Stuart Little.
Okay, wait, so on the real though, we do live in the alternate bizarre timeline where Ben Shapiro is #1 on iTunes for rapping right now. That is going on.
What?
Ben Shapiro did put out a rap song with Tom McDonald, and it's the worst thing you ever fucking heard. So
That's
please
hilarious,
Google.
though.
He says, this is a yarmulke homie, no cap. That's like a real fucking, like, I don't even really get what,
That's
he
gross
calls out
ad-lib,
Nicki
bro.
and Cardi. He does a diss line on Nicki and Cardi, and then Nicki Minaj is like, ha! Ben Shapiro did really good. Who's this other guy? Who's the fucking Tom McDonald? Who the fuck? Like, she actually, like, it was a diss on her, and then she liked it. It was like really fucking weird. But yeah, that's what's going on. We live in the alternate timeline where kids that are dressed as furries go to animal control, and Ben Shapiro is the #1 rapper in the U.S. right now. So that's the fucking world that Biden created for us, and that's.
I mean,
There are definitely other crazier things going on at the same time too.
yeah, that's
Right.
fair.
It's pretty fucking
There's a
true.
dude on OnlyFans who's just painting public bathrooms and walking out like it's not a problem.
Okay, we gotta talk about that. Okay, so Rage. They can't visually see what we're about to fucking describe. This
So
will
this should
probably
be a
get taken
question
off.
for the audience. How would you feel after being shown this video and then describe the
Okay, I'll describe it. Okay, so I was minding my own goddamn business. I was trying to make a turkey sandwich or some shit, and y'all were out here, and somebody was sending me videos of some gay shit. And usually when I see videos of gay shit, I try not to watch them, right? But this one in particular was so humanly spectacular and amazing, and it was just such a fucking work of art that I had to sit there and I had to fucking think about it. I had to show it to Mason, and Mason got mad at me, and Mason's like, if I was a gangster like black dude, I'd kill all you guys right now. I'd be like, what the fuck is that? Like, you just pull his guy out. That's what, he got mad when he saw it, and I don't think it's homophobic. I think it's just interesting, right?
Public art form.
What it was is there's a video of a man. The first video, he's in like a public bathroom, like I'm thinking like a Walmart or like a Safeway or like something like that. He's in like a fucking public bathroom, right? And it starts off with his selfie over his penis over the urinal, and he's jacking off, and he's about to finish. And he blows out so much fucking load, it pushes him back from the back of the urinal, and then he goes and he stumbles, and you can see it in the mirror. He turns to the mirror, and he's just painting the fucking walls of this fucking public bathroom somewhere, and then he hits the mirror like Spider-Man's webs in the fucking like Tobey Maguire, like he fucking like fucking goes and covers fucking mirror, nuts everywhere, fucking cuts the camera off, and then that's all. And then he probably ran out of the building, and
So this video.
What about the second video?
This video is like
that's pretty horrible too.
I think like 10 minutes long, honestly.
It's really bad, Hunter. You have
And
to see it.
it's
really
a
bad.
solid
shit.
40 seconds of this dude jerking off onto a public toilet, coming all enough to cover the entire top surface of the toilet and the wall behind it, walks to the sink, which is about
Still coming while he's walking.
Yeah, 4 or 5 steps coming on the wall to the sink, and then comes all over the bottom half of the mirror and on the sink, and then stops coming.
Holy shit.
Takes like a quick video of like his dick, packs up his pants, and then walks out.
And that's a wrap.
And they had to bring in the fucking CSI team to clean it up. They had to bring in fucking hazmat suits. And
You would
fucking
need at least a mop and a half.
And then we had to think about shit.
Bro.
And he's a
Fucking
normal,
mopping
like,
shit.
he's not like a big guy. He's a normal size looking guy, and you have to wonder what goes into the diet, the testosterone, the courage, the fucking bravery and honor that it takes to fucking paint a fucking wall. The bravery and honor.
There's definitely a sense of beauty to it.
Shit.
It's kind of like
So whoever this guy is, if we can get you on the podcast, please show up. I have a bunch of questions for you.
Mr. Big Load on OnlyFans. Check it
Mr.
out.
Big
Shout
Load.
out.
Mr. Is that who it is?
That's
Mr.
Mr.
Big Load
Big
on
Load on
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Oh, that's so good. That's fucking funny.
Do you want to see the video, Hunter?
I feel like we
I
should.
feel like you should see it.
Is there any copyrighted music in the background?
boy.
I don't think there's. I can turn the audio off.
Just the audible
Is there
sounds.
any-
I can keep the audio off for you
That's
guys.
crazy. Excuse me, sir.
Mr. Big Load.
Play the seppuku one.
They call me Mr. Big Load because I have big loads.
This is fucking holy shit, dude.
Show them the one that
Let's
you
do another
did
interview
describe.
question while I load this up.
Well, you just do another. Okay. You're in charge of this now all of a fucking sudden. That's good to hear.
I was just suggesting.
Okay.
We were just sitting here quietly
No, I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
on an audio,
Okay.
an audio
Bathroom,
content
that's the thing that you
medium.
think-
That's gonna be fucking okay. Hunter, do you have any questions for Rage before I read any more? I think I got the good ones Heller had. What do you like? One more.
So one more. Okay, so what's your favorite thing to get from Taco Bell, Rage?
He picked like the worst chain that
Shut the fuck up. Okay, I got.
I had only eaten one thing from Taco Bell
How?
before I moved here.
How?
And that was the Locos Taco.
Right.
Which one? Was it ranch
Nachos.
or was it Doritos?
Doritos.
Yeah.
Doritos, yeah.
They're both Doritos, you fuck.
Or the
But nacho
nachos.
cheese. The default one.
Either
The
the
default
default
one.
one or like the fancy one. I don't know.
Nacho
Okay.
cheese or
All right.
Purple ranch.
That was perfect timing.
You got it? It's ready?
Okay.
So you guys can't see what's going on, but Hunter, can you visually just kind of, can you get closer to the mic and you just have a good react, like this is a reaction
Yeah,
channel.
this is a reaction
We're doing a
video,
reaction video,
to
yeah.
the video we just described.
Okay, so I'm about to show Hunter the video.
No, you gotta watch. Just take a second.
It's pretty fucked up.
30 seconds of this dude
watch.
just blowing
Just
the
watch.
load.
Okay, it's kind of watery at first.
He's just charging.
Right, he's getting ready.
There's no way that this is
watch.
real.
Look.
No fucking way.
No, look.
Bro, what the
What
fuck did
is
he
going
eat?
What is going on?
I will say his dick
What
is the
did he
color of
fucking
Grimace.
eat?
I will point that out.
That is horrible.
That this dude's dick is the color of Grimace.
But he pays his rent doing that, and that's crazy.
Why is this
And we
what
have
he
a
does,
bonus
bro, for a
video
living.
for everyone
Oh,
for
God.
the audience.
Okay, wait, kill back. Oh, fucking Jesus
Yeah, no
Christ.
one wants to talk about the second
I'm good
video.
on that.
no one wants to talk about the
I
second
want to
video.
fucking. I'm so glad we're on fucking YouTube.
Alright,
I'm so
so
glad to be on video. I'm so glad that.
that was
For those who didn't know, the second video was this dude
God.
coming on his face and waterboarding himself.
that one I wasn't prepared for.
Yeah,
That was not.
I've
No
never
one
heard of that
ever
one.
is. You can think you see him painting a wall and you're like, that's incredible, but you don't think about what happens if he's laying down.
I need a fucking drink. Want a drink?
Golly.
Good luck,
Finish
gentlemen.
yours. Tyler. Don't be not.
Your life is forever changed now, right?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Interesting to
Oh,
end
yeah.
off on.
Alright, and we got the other homie leaving. Now we can talk about the cool shit. Alright, so what's the deal? What's the deal with Israel? No, I'm not. Let's not do that.
What's the
Please, I'm
And
begging you
there
not.
goes monetization.
Yeah. No, as soon as you had dude jacking off and we were vividly describing a
We could
fucking.
put this as educational.
I don't know what the hell to call this episode, bro. This episode, I literally just
I
woke
was.
up
I
into
want
this
to call
shit.
it.
I was
That's
napping.
it. I just
napping.
woke up to this shit.
I
That's
just
the
woke
name
up
of
to
the
this shit,
episode.
bro. Like, that's
I want to call it Persian War type beats.
Persian War
War
type
type
beats.
That was something you said earlier, and I was like, "That's funny." Like, I want
dude.
fucking.
The Persian Empire type shit. Like, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Fucking shit, Hunter. I heard you got promotion.
No, I got a raise,
Yeah. Oh well, fuck you then.
but I'm not supposed to tell people that.
You're not.
No.
Well, good thing it's on public right now and everything. Fucking.
I'm glad we're on live. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if he wants to rob Hunter, he lives at Allen Road.
The
Don't
best
fuck around.
2 days of the month to rob him. What are your pickles?
Basically the 1st and the 15th, you know, wake up.
The 15th and the 1st?
It's the
Two
first
times
of the
Alina had me
month.
slurring all my words. All my homeboys got me like the 15th and the 1st.
I was thinking about Bug Thugs. That's a good one too.
That was
yeah.
Waka Flocka and Gucci Mane.
Yeah.
Is who that was. 2 pints at Lena had me slurring all my words. All my homeboys pay you like that.
I gotta give a shout out to Dracula Flow. That guy's motherfucking genius, bro.
My album didn't sell, so I'm laying those guys out.
So good.
And this is the part where we all share our blossoming rap careers.
Well, you are the closest one. Tyler, how successful have you been musically? We didn't even talk about in the last one. Like, how famous are you?
Not famous, but
You're successful.
I did work.
Infamous.
I did work with some famous people.
Who'd you work with?
That's cool.
Ian Dior, Mike Dimes, Trippie Redd, a couple other.
Can you get Trippie on the podcast? Can you get Trippie on the podcast? I would love to Trippie on the podcast. I'm fucking with you. I'm joking.
No, I'm saying, but for reference, I sell beats on YouTube. So.
And if he wants to buy them, they can buy them at.
Broke Trap.
Say it again. Goddamn, we didn't hear that.
Broke Trap.
Is your YouTube channel name?
I don't have the YouTube because it got demonetized, but we got the BeatStars page.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
Richard Money on OnlyFans?
Richard, is that really your name? Are you doing repeated bong hits? What are you doing right now, dog?
Clear this ball.
Yeah, he's just.
It was green.
He's getting sent.
Getting sent from the fucking heavens.
He's
Okay.
trying to catch a buzz, bro.
Okay.
Okay, alright, cool. What's it? What?
Hunter,
What?
when did you lose your faith in God?
Oh, okay. So, I was 16 in the Kiamichi Mountains in Oklahoma, man. I went to a fucking Bible camp, right? And I
Were you
felt...
diddled by a pastor?
No. I actually was... okay, so the
Well,
one
the ugly ones.
No. Oh my
Did
god.
you get laid at Bible camp and realize it's so much cooler than Bible camp?
No, I felt up a girl, right? And then I lost my religion. And I felt up a girl, and I was just like, boy.
And you're like, if I'm gonna be a sinner,
What a time that
I'm
was.
gonna be the best goddamn sinner on this
yeah, I'm
planet.
gonna be so good at.
What a time to be fucking 15 years old, man. Let me tell you, man. Like, what a
The
time
first,
to be
Was it
15.
consensual?
Yes, it was.
What the fuck kind of question was that? Are you
Hey.
gonna imply Hunter's a rapist?
It's
I'm
Bible
not.
camp!
Hey,
It's
I'm
fucking
not.
Bible camp!
I'm just
Did
saying.
you consent?
If it wasn't consensual, then
You and me talking about
this
it on
is
the podcast.
probably,
Yeah,
not
like-
a good time to bring that up. Like, yeah, dude, like, yeah.
Who- Can you don't say her name, but what was she like?
Okay, so she was about as tall as I was. She was skinny, white girl.
What was her personality like, Hunter?
She was kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie, she was kind of batshit.
Bible
Yeah,
camp,
dude.
what do you think, Cole?
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
yeah.
15, bro. Like, yeah.
It's crazy or brainwashed, one of the two.
There's only so long you can get me out in the woods talking about Jesus with the Bible before I start going crazy and start touching some titties. And
Hey, it was a fun time. I got to go fucking what do they call that? Zip lining. Yeah.
Which
I
is-
did zip lining.
Which Bible camp was it? Can you say that?
False Creek, probably.
Yeah, it was False Creek.
That's the one where everybody like gets into fights and loses their virginity and
Nope.
shit.
Yes,
and like the whole, that's where everybody.
that's the fucking place.
Yeah.
Dates.
I
It's in
didn't
the
get to go to that.
Kiamichi Mountains, dude, in what is it, like southern Oklahoma for sure. But holy fuck, dude, like yeah.
My
that place
brother went
is-
there, and I knew some kids in the Methodist home that went there, but I never went there because we were poor and rural, and no one wanted me in summer camp.
Alright, Cole. Now that we're coming back around to Civil War Part 2, the Electric Boogaloo.
I'm so interested. We got to use some. Hunter doesn't even know about this. Hunter doesn't even know about this.
What?
Okay.
So War Part 2?
Yeah, so we're doing Electric Boogaloo.
we're seeing the beginning of the Civil War Part 2. The South is rising again.
Is what
in
they're alleging.
Defiance to the federal government at the border of Texas. Now, my question to you, Cole. Who are you fighting for? And if you get captured, how quickly are you turning tail?
If I get captured?
Yeah, how quickly are you turning sides?
Oh, well, it's a kind of a lose-lose situation because one side's Texas and one side's Joe Biden. And they're both kind of fucking scumbags, if you want to ask me. Like, I'm kind of not for either one. If I had to pick one, I'm picking Texas. But I don't want to have to pick Texas.
Okay.
And I definitely wouldn't side with the federal
Okay, so
government.
you're going Confederacy.
Right.
Now, why do you hate black people?
Why do I hate black people?
Yes.
Just some of the way they smell.
Oh my
No, I don't hate black people. I don't.
Is it like
I don't.
Okay, you can't pause this.
No, I had a thought, but I don't know how to say it.
You just say it.
So.
If you could go back in time,
Here's going.
You'd be anyone's
Would you-
number one guy.
would you rather
Number one guy?
be at Waco the day before shit goes down,
oh shit.
or with Jim Jones making
Drink-
Waco
Drink-
easy.
drink-
Waco
drink-
easy.
Oh fuck.
Waco
Why?
easy because
Why
that's,
Waco? Why? What is your fascination with Waco?
My fascination with Waco, I don't know, fascination with Waco is this was a big regional tragedy in the 90s, and then I grew up around the aftermath of that because my dad was involved in certain movements and things. He had certain outspoken political views about that, and then people in pegs in general kind of had that. And so I was fascinated by it because I saw the federal government infringing on the First and Second Amendment of people that they were just trying to fucking practice it reasonably, and they burned kids, and it was fucked up. It was dark, and it was bad at the time. And, okay, I've been misquoted before, but the weird irony of the Oklahoma State bombing is that he did it in response to the Waco raids, and a lot of the people that he killed on accident or whatever, or out of negligence, whatever you want to say, some of them would have sided with him. Some of them agreed with what Timothy McVeigh was doing, is all I was trying to say when I made a very public comment that Josh Beck got my ass about one time at the bar and fucking made, like, oh, he thinks Timothy McVeigh's a hero. That's not what I said. What I said is that some of the people they killed actually had the same political beliefs he did and actually agreed with him, and it was really fucked up and weird, is all I was saying. And that was in the aftermath of Waco. You have to understand that the federal government came and burned fucking kids on TV and impacted a whole generation of people in that region for a while. So, also, Waco didn't happen in Waco, it happened in a town outside of Waco, which is something weird nobody talks about.
Do you see
Compound or something.
Yeah.
Do you see America as a hero or a villain in general? Like, not just with Waco, but across the board.
I give that classic answer of that I support my people, but I don't support the government.
There's too many people in the government to support it as...
The system we have is too big and overarchingly large right now, and there's always been, even since the Civil War, there was a cultural difference between the North and the South in this country. There was a religious difference, there was political differences and all that shit, and it still existed even after the Civil War. It's just the South is now forced to be part of it, and they might rise again. It's looking like, now I'm not saying that that's what I want, like, it won't be over slavery this time, it'll be over, like, an immigration crisis is what it seems like, and they're really to defend its own borders.
If it happens, and the South succeeds in seceding, will you go south and live there? And how many felonies would you commit before crossing the border?
Well, I still owe the IRS money.
Well, no,
it's
at that
a
point,
good
no.
country. No, it's a good country.
They're leaving the union. Yeah, you're leaving the union. And Texas,
As long as they don't sign an extradition treaty, we're fine.
You
Texas
can literally
doesn't
set fire
have-
to the tax man. at
Texas
that point.
does not have a state income tax. They don't believe in taxing people's income based on income alone. They don't believe in that. Now Oklahoma does, but Texas does not have a state income tax, and that's true. They don't fucking take anything in your check.
I think if
So,
Texas
how many
and
felonies?
California. Oh.
Double digits.
I think if Texas and California seceded, they could fucking do it, dude.
California
I do
will
believe
not.
they could turn
California
fucking-
cannot support itself on its own. It's a failing state.
Well, the thing is, California and Texas, though, man, they're both so fucking big, dude. Like, and they've got a lot of fucking people. If they did it together, bro.
But
they
California is
might-
turning into a welfare state, and the large cities don't have the ability to support the rest of the rest of what would be their country.
Well, yeah, but Texas is also fucking being attacked by Mexico right now, man. On this fucking border,
So
like,
to give some
by cartel
clarification,
members firing up Border Patrol and Border Patrol.
To
firing
give some
up cartel members,
clarification-
you know how it is.
to get some clarification, situation right now at this time in January of 2024 is that some kind of bill about claiming amnesty for asylum expired, and there is holes in the border in Lucille, Arizona, Eagle Pass, Texas, all shit, and they say that it's up to thousands and thousands of immigrants are coming in like the last couple of days or something like that. And so what had happened was that the state of Texas was like, okay, if it's this far past the border, we're going to erect razor wire and barbed wire to try to deter people. And then Biden took them to court, and he said, no, you can't do that because they already entered the country at that point. You're just harming them, right? And so they went, and the Border Patrol came, and they cut down the razor wire. The Border Patrol came and cut down the razor wire because they're federal. And then the people in Texas came, and they put it back up. And then they went to court, and the people in Texas lost. And they said, well, fuck you anyways. I don't give a fuck. This is our fucking border. You can't tell us we can't fucking have razor wire up. And so then, now what is there's a standoff between the Texas National Guard and the federal government, the Border Patrol, and Governor Stitt, Governor Mike Huckabee of Arkansas, Governor Ron DeSantis, and several other southern governors have claimed out lately that they're going to send troops to the border in Texas to fight the federal government if necessary and to secede from the Union. They have explicitly fucking kind of said they will support that.
Oklahoma is the first one to actually
They
send
were.
troops.
They were.
Oklahoma
That
is
is true.
officially North Texas.
That is true. And I have one of my best friends is in the Texas National Guard, and it scares the shit out of me. One of my best friends is in the
So
Texas National Guard.
technically, we don't have to run. So when we
Right.
get the official date that we're seceding, what are you doing, Hunter? What kind of illegal activities are we getting down
I got an
to?
answer.
I'm getting a fucking car, dude. I'm
stealing a
I'm
car?
GTA and
You're
this
getting wheels?
shit. I am performing a Grand Theft Auto, my
Some
friend.
wheels, my
I'm
man.
getting some fucking wheels, man, is what I'm doing.
Alright,
dude.
so here's my idea. The one place, if you look at the map, I'm going to put the map up where we have the video. I'll put the map so I can see it. it goes all around. New Mexico, Kansas, and Colorado have not sent troops and they're supporting the federal government. Kansas is maybe a 2-hour drive from here, so nobody goes there because
So,
fucking
like,
Kansas
the
is boring.
Rockies?
Why don't we go there, get all their meth, get all their generators, get all their fucking corn, all their
You wanna
fucking
go raid the
No,
Rockies?
let's go raid Kansas. Let's go raid Kansas. Let's do it.
It's not the
Galena.
Rockies. It's just a flat piece of shit.
We're actually
That's
never
all
gonna
it
do
is.
Flat ground is better for baseball.
That's They've got a lot of nukes there, though,
Black
dude.
Rock is
People
better for
will be
baseball.
thinking about that.
People in
will
Kansas
be-
don't have nukes.
They have
They
fucking
don't have
nukes in
corn.
Kansas.
They don't
Yes,
have
they do.
corn.
They have fucking silos and
They
shit.
do not have nukes in Kansas.
They have nukes in
Can
Kansas.
someone, Jamie, check that shit. Anthony, check that shit.
Hey,
Do they have nukes in
anybody.
Kansas? Do they
Yeah,
have
we gotta
nukes
fact
in
check.
Kansas? Yeah, do they have nukes
Well,
in
if that's
Kansas?
the case, then Kansas is definitely one of the places where like they have to pick between one or the other. So they either have like a fuck ton of underground nukes, or they have like
corn silos. Yeah.
But the point is
So
that
you're
they
telling
have
me
a-
corn silos are secretly just nukes?
I mean, they could
that
be.
what you're trying to
I
tell
mean,
me?
if I was trying to disguise a nuke, right, I wouldn't fucking just like put, a fucking missile in the middle of a goddamn field. I'd probably put like, I don't know, something unassuming, like a corn silo.
Okay,
Tyler.
that thought process takes me to a joke, and it's a conspiracy theory joke, and that is Miracle Whip does not exist. It's just mayonnaise that is expired, and that is the same fucking train of thought, my guy.
That's funny. That's awesome.
Miracle Whip is one less ingredient though in actuality, right? It's no eggs or something.
Oh, it has more sugar.
More sugar,
It's
that's
like
what
one
it is.
more ingredient.
Tyler, what are you doing when Oklahoma City from the union?
double checking that my debt to the IRS is no longer there.
How much do you owe?
Just a crisp amount.
Just shy of 50K.
Alright, well, if IRS is listening to this, they can come and take it. They can come over here and take it from my shotgun barrel after we secede from the union and shit.
I would honestly, IRS, come and find it. Come and
Help us find
find
Yeah,
$50,000 in this entire apartment
If you see
complex.
it, it'd be nice. If you could get it, we would appreciate
Point
it.
out $50,000 worth of shit.
If
I own.
they fuck around, they will find out. I will say that. They will,
Okay,
they will
Dude,
find
they're
out.
gonna be so sad.
Give some explanation. Why do you have $50,000 to
Saturday
IRS?
crying.
What happened?
So basically, whenever there's there's certain kinds of taxes that transfer over to New York City.
Right.
Whenever my mom's died, I basically got a chunk of their debt, not through the IRS, but through a something that they like owed money through, and it had been reported, and it like accrued years and years of fees. And whenever I was like 23, I got a notice. They're like, "Hey, we're gonna take action if you don't like maybe start trying to pay us back." And I just found out that I fucking owed the IRS $49,000.
God
I
damn.
am currently in the process of getting some legal representation, like financial help, to go through and show that.
How did you fuck up that? Because you had to miss a zero. You didn't make 49,000, right?
No. So it's not income tax. It is like basically, or I forget what the term is, but
It's a collections that went to court, and now it's like you're forced to pay it.
It's a tax on not income,
like
but tax
it's through
on
something, through this, like through the government, like through one of their programs or something. But like, it basically, I don't know, it's like accrued and stacked and just kind of a load of horse shit.
I feel
That's-
for you,
yeah.
and I hope you don't pay $1 to him. I hope you don't give him a fucking dime. I don't think they take any of your money. I hope we succeed. And Mason's gonna be really mad about this episode. What time are we at?
Not
What time are we at?
related, but
About
how much
hour.
is a box truck?
A box truck? Like, we're talking like
One that works.
30, 40 grand at least, right? Or
We just
Hour
need to drive
two.
it and be able to park.
hour and 20?
Hour 2.
We
Hour
just
2
need-
minutes? Okay, well then we need 20, we need 30 more
Yeah.
minutes. Let me piss real
Yeah.
quick. Hold on.
We just need to be able to drive it to a building and park it. That's all we need.
Hey, now you're thinking like an Oklahoman. Now we finally, you're one of us. Woo! Fuck yeah, dude. God, we're gonna fucking.
We're gonna get a random
We're
fucking
gonna
knock on our doors.
We're gonna
Is
be
this the
canceled.
building
We're
the
gonna be
cool
canceled so fast. Wait,
No,
what's
that's the Oklahoma City
No,
bomber.
sir.
That's the
No.
goal.
Oh
I
shit!
was just making another joke about anarchy.
Oh yeah, true.
You just gotta fucking.
It's crazy how when you live in America, you see all these people in their history where you're like they're villains, they're these bad people who harmed Americans, and then you
Have you ever read their speeches?
You read the reasons why some of these people, blew up a federal building or built a dozer and destroyed a bunch of buildings, And you
You
kind
heard
of
about the
read their
dude-
reasonings, and you're kind of like, I get it.
You heard about the dude that fucking held like the fucking banker hostage, right? With the fucking
Yeah,
like,
Cole
the
plays that
shotgun.
video all the fucking time, bro.
Did we talk about that one yet or no?
We
Dude,
for sure have.
I think we did actually.
On the show or not?
I'm pretty sure we did.
For
yeah,
sure,
I'm
you
pretty sure
had
we covered
to.
this one. It was.
But yeah,
That's
it's crazy how you look at these
But
things
I mean-
and you're like, you know, they're not necessarily wrong.
or like Killdozer, dude. Fucking
Yeah, that's what I'm
Killdozer.
saying, like,
Killdozer
he
didn't
wasn't
kill
necessarily
a single
wrong.
fucking human being. He knocked over so many buildings though, and that was fucking legit.
Completely off topic, but back to classic things being filmed on television during the news.
Oh god.
Y'all remember that fucking pizza delivery driver who like showed up and had a fucking bomb strapped to him?
Yeah, 30 minutes or less.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, 30 minutes or less.
is a great movie.
That was the one it was
Oh.
based off of.
but
That's what it's based off of?
Yeah.
I mean, he actually blew up on that television. Though.
Right, but they made a
Right,
movie
right.
out of it where it's Goofy and Jesse Eisenberg survives,
Yeah,
and he
okay.
fucking gets the girl at the end, and it's like they made a
Yeah,
movie out of
they
it.
made
It's
a
that
movie
fucking.
out of it, yeah, dude. It's,
What was there was like a mentally handicapped guy somewhere in like I think like Appalachia or somewhere where he went and is that Letterman? Where he went and somebody kidnapped him and they put a bomb on his neck and they gave him fucking like instructions on a piece of paper to find different like codes and treasures and shit, but also he had to rob a bank under a certain amount of time. And then the cops stopped him, the bomb did go off and he blew up on live TV. And they never figured out who fucking did it exactly. But there's a documentary on Netflix where they have like kind of an idea of who fucking did it.
Like
I
they
watched
have the
some true crime.
people he delivered the pizza to, but they don't have it's or something like that. But I watched
How,
that.
wait, so you know, Rage knew about it, but I feel like you don't. Do you know who the West Memphis 3 were?
Yo, don't make me fucking. I'll talk so much about this
Can we
shit.
talk about the West Memphis 3?
Okay.
Talk about, yeah.
So I
Hold on,
can't.
Get closer to the mic. Closer to the mic.
I can't fully remember all three of their names.
Damien Eccles, there's like a something away. There's like a Jesse, there's one guy was mentally handicapped, one guy was like a friend, and one guy was like the weird goth kid in town, is what it was.
And
Yeah.
essentially what happens is, religious hysteria, back in like the 80s, 90s, made everyone think that anything not Christian was satanic.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that was dark was evil.
Satanic
Right.
panic.
The Satanic Panic really did so much fucking harm to our country. That's a whole nother talk.
Right.
Essentially, the West Memphis 3, what happened was, it was one or two children's bodies.
Three. It was
Three children's bodies were found.
Mutilated.
Very
The most
fucking
horrible
brutally-
thing. I don't even want to
like,
describe
the
it.
most brutal
yeah.
thing that this just little town in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, just like,
They were tortured and raped to death. It was
They-
like three
it was
kids
fucking
under the age
bad.
of 12. It was bad,
Um,
yeah.
essentially what happened is the cops immediately started looking at Damien Eccles because he was
Right.
like the weird goth kid in town.
He was the only guy who could he's smart
Um,
rebels, and he was an asshole. He had like weird obsessions with death and like magic and all this shit, so I was paranoid of him. But he didn't actually. There was no evidence at all.
He
to
did
say
at one point start saying that he did it just
for clout.
He was just a fucking kid who just like
He was just
all
like an
this shit
edgy
was
kid. It's
happening.
like, yeah, I
And
did
so
that.
what ends up happening is the police pull in this not all there kid who is very much known in the community to not be all there. There's no reason that the police should have even talked to this kid alone, let alone have 8 hours of unrecorded interrogation or 8+ hours of unrecorded interrogation with a minor, to then have a recording that they used in court where he is clearly saying things that they told him to say,
Right.
and used that to get a conviction on the other two.
Right.
And
And
essentially what happened
the
is
part-
the police led him pulled him in for an entire day and trained him what to say. Even in the recording,
What?
and even when he
Yes,
was
it's true.
cross-examined, he never once told the same story.
Right.
He could never keep it straight. It was never the same fucking thing. And eventually he
So
even
every
came
time
out
they
and said-
questioned him about the story, it was a
He
different
confessed.
story.
No,
It's a
so the
different
police
person.
pulled him in because he said something, like they said he was friends with Damien Knuckles. He came in and essentially they spent like a whole day interrogating him, with no
You're
footage,
not the
no
friend. You're
recording.
not the friend, right?
Yeah.
Right,
No
so the
footage or
other
nothing.
part that you're leaving out of this is that Jesse Miskelly, I think that's his name.
Yeah.
I'm right. He was the third guy that was involved. He wasn't actually that close to Damien Eccles and the other guy, and he was mentally handicapped. They took an IQ test later on, and they figured out that he was mentally handicapped.
Yeah,
was
so
deficient.
he was the one that they pulled into
That's
the interrogation.
And they made him confess everything.
They made him say that that he was there when it happened, made him confess to being an accessory and saying the other two were there, that they held him down, did all of this shit. But then anytime they were cross-examined, anytime he was ever interviewed, never could tell the same story. The police, like, it's a fact that the police told him what to say. Because none of it is fucking true. It is factually
Right.
none of it is true.
The DNA turnout had nothing to do with any of it.
And the only reason they convicted these kids is because one of them was an outspoken town, like the goth in
the
a small
golf kid,
town.
yeah, and
that is the whole reason that these three kids were in jail for a majority of their fucking life.
And they were on death row.
They were on
Damien
death
Eccles
row the whole time.
They thought they were going to die most of their lives,
Holy
and they
shit.
didn't do it. None of them
This
did.
fun fact: this is the reason that the Dixie Chicks failed as a
That
band.
is true. That's part
Because
of it.
they openly supported the West Memphis
There's
3
two
and they
reasons.
lost their fan base.
There's two reasons. One
Oh,
was
yeah.
that, and the other one was they said that we're ashamed that the president of the United States is from Texas.
Yeah.
And then that's what they said verbally after we invaded Iraq. So
But
we're ashamed the president of the United States.
what's
is
his
from
name
Texas,
from
is what
Pearl
they said.
Jam was very invested
Eddie Vedder.
in this.
Eddie Vedder, Henry Rollins.
As
Henry
well
Rollins,
as
yeah.
Peter Jackson donated all of the profits from one of the Lord of the Rings movies
Yes.
to this as well.
Mm-hmm.
It is a very for years these men were known to be innocent and behind bars. Like they got out in it was
mid 2000s, yeah.
yeah, like
right,
05, 06, something like that. And even to this day, like Damien Eccles met his wife behind bars.
Yes, that's true. I heard that. Yeah,
One of the other dudes, I think, also met a partner or a friend or something.
Yeah.
From the mentally handicapped dude, met someone
right.
through that stuff as well. And
Damien Eccles says that he'll never return to the state of Arkansas ever again in his
Yeah.
fucking life. And I feel that, brother. I fucking feel that.
Such a heart-crushing story, and it
Yes.
shows you the reality of our justice system has not.
so flawed.
It's been so flawed for so fucking long.
Yes.
I mean, Johnny Cash spoke out about that in the
Yeah.
60s.
No,
dude,
dude,
like, in the fucking
people
60s,
even
bro.
fucking Jelly Alfred was singing about it back in fucking the 70s with
Right.
the Dead Kennedys. It has
70s,
not been
yes.
70s. Yeah.
Yeah.
It has not been it has never been a thing. But the West Memphis 3 is such a heartbreaking case because they ignored evidence.
It really is.
They fabricated evidence. They forced
And
a mentally
they-
handicapped child to be the whole backing behind conviction.
So there was this documentary, and there was a series of 4 documentaries on HBO that it happened when it first happened from the 90s to the 2000s. HBO kept making documentaries of this case, and that's how people got informed of it, right? And on the 4th documentary, the one after they got released, where they were like, we've proved it. We proved that they were innocent. There's no DNA evidence whatsoever that they were anywhere near this fucking crime scene. There's nothing. They have this part in the documentary where one of the boys' stepdads is going through his fucking dresser drawer. And when he's going through his dresser drawer, he pulls out a pocket knife. And the pocket knife is a Boy Scout knife that one of the boys murdered. It was his kid, one of the stepdad fucking kids, was murdered with. He carried it with him every day. Until that documentary came out, they didn't realize that he had the knife that boy would have kept. There was another instance, too, where it was reported within that same day, there's a smaller town, a black guy ran into a Bojangles chicken restaurant covered in blood. He ran to the women's restroom. He cleaned himself. He left. They never identified that man either. There was 2 different suspects that
Wasn't one of the documentaries focusing on one of the kids who was murdered stepdad?
Yes, no problem. So that
Yeah.
guy's right.
They found the bike. They found
the knife. They found his pocket knife.
They found a bunch of evidence. Actually, I need to look into it, but they were looking at a conviction not that long ago.
He's free still,
because
but everyone knows.
they actually found DNA evidence to prove that he was involved in those deaths.
And it's weird because it's you can get
But
a
it's
small.
also fucking statute of limitations. He probably can't be charged for that.
Right, or they may not be able to
unless
get
they
his
figure
DNA to
something
fucking
out.
do it. Because at the time the case happened, it was the beginning of them being able to use DNA for fucking crime scenes at all. They didn't have a clear idea of it. The guy that's let free, as bizarre as if he did do it, and you guys go home and you look up like what the fuck he did.
I'm just saying.
You also would want to kill whoever the fuck did this to these boys. But at the same time,
You
this
watch the
small
documentary
community
and you're kind of like, I could see it.
What they did is,
kind of see like
yes.
he kind of feels guilty.
But
in
what
the
they
documentary.
did is they rallied this whole community with good intent, with justice, rightful intent to fucking do vigilante justice on these guys that didn't fucking do the crime. They were just different. They were just outspoken. They just weren't fitting in the community, and then they almost got murdered, almost rightfully so if they did fucking do it, but they didn't do it. They proved they didn't.
Damien Eccles was literally just a crust guy who worked at the gas station.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
literally all he
really
was.
insensitive to some people here. But were they white? Is it only
They were all
because
white.
they're
Yes.
white?
They were all white.
Oh,
They
so
were all
like-
white.
it's
But
just-
supposedly
it
one of the
maybe-
people, it could have been that murdered kids, was a black person, but they never identified who it was. And in retrospect, is the white stepdad. It's
To
all
be
white
fair,
people in
yes,
this
It
part.
does
was-
suck.
it
And
was-
anything I feel bad for the murder victims, I feel bad for them too. But like, I don't know. I see too many people that are like, still in prison.
But could
something
you
like
even
that.
imagine that you let your kid go hang out with his friends one afternoon? They went riding their bikes in rural Arkansas, and not only did they not come home, but it was the most graphic, brutal, violent thing that you would ever even felt. Like it wasn't even like I don't want to fucking describe it on YouTube because I think that we're gonna get fucking just taken
I
down. But
definitely-
just Google it. It's really fucking horrific, and there's satanic symbols involved with it too. That was like part of the weird part of it is that they never really fully fucking solved it.
Yeah.
They never really fully fucking figured it out, but there's probable cause to believe that it was like a stepdad. It was the documentary I watched, it's called West of Memphis, and I think it's on.
It's a
HBO.
fantastic
It's really
documentary.
good. It's like 3 hours.
It's very, very reputable, very like fact based. If
When
you're gonna
I,
watch any of the documentaries, I highly recommend.
When I lived in Little Rock, I was a younger kid, and they had a protest on the bridge up there in Little Rock for the West Memphis 3, and I didn't know what was going on at the time, and as a young adult, I figured out that's what that was, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't know it was that big of a deal. Little Rock is a shithole, by the way, just so it makes clear. Like, besides that, Little Rock, Arkansas is a fucking shithole. It's like a ghetto. It's like a third world fucking shithole.
I've been through it, but like, you got.
You've been through Little Rock? I used to live there when I was a kid.
yeah, dude.
There was a place in
Through
Little Rock. Okay, changing the tone up a little bit. There's a place in Little Rock whenever I lived there. I remember me and my dad went there, and it was a hot wings place, right? And it was the best hot wings in Little Rock, Arkansas. And we went there, and the part of Little Rock it was in was the darkest black people I'd seen until I went to Louisiana. It was the darkest fucking black people I had fucking seen for a long time. There's slurs they have for them that I don't want to bring up, but they involve
I have
blue.
a story after this.
Alright, and we went, and there was this little building in downtown, it had bulletproof glass all over it, and it was brick. And we went in there, and there was 4 types of hot sauces, right? There was a mild, a medium, a hot, and there was a so hot they wouldn't let black people eat it. Like, there was a hot that was like, they wouldn't let us fucking get it.
Surely it was amazing, right?
And it was the best fucking hot wings I've ever had in my entire life, ever. And they were so racist, they didn't want us in their parking lot, they didn't want...
The more run down or like sketchy the restaurant, the better the food. It's a fact.
That is facts. That is
Like-
definitely facts.
I also
So,
have-
except for Mexican, because that will give you diarrhea.
No,
the more
no.
sketchy and fucking up the Mexican restaurant is, the worse it is. That is true.
Waffle House hits at 4 a.m., dude. I will say that, man.
Yeah, no, the sketchier the Waffle House, the more homely the experience.
They were all smoking Newports, which led me to believe that they were some connoisseurs, bro.
I'm
Honestly, dude, I
smoking
went
mad
to the
Newports
Waffle
because they
House
caught an
and I feel
assault
safe.
charge in
So,
Bridgeport, New York.
That might just be my white
That's
trash.
what Biggie Smalls said. I was smoking mad Newports because I caught an assault charge in Bridgeport, New York. And that was a fucking rap lyric, and it was real. He really did.
They probably did that.
Smoked a
yeah.
bunch of Newports.
Allegedly.
Okay, so who do you think killed Biggie?
Oh, dude, it was definitely Suge.
You know, wait, Suge did not kill Biggie.
Suge's the only one alive out of the fucking.
Well, you're right, and he has those bodies under him. He has those prison time, but I don't think that he organized that one. I think that it was like
completely.
some
just
people
like
from back in New
offhand.
York. I think it was people from back in New York before he was famous.
Oh shit!
That's
dude.
what I think more.
You
Like, I
think
lean
it's
towards it.
Because they did disappear off the fucking map. Suge couldn't, but they could. Right?
They said
Like,
they
that,
caught-
that does make sense.
They said they caught one of the guys with the POC, right? Like they have like one of the guys that got POC.
that's what they said. But
30
like,
years fucking later.
But the thing is, though, he's probably already out, bro. He's probably out on fucking parole right now.
My dad's real racist. He doesn't like black people, but he had a black friend when he worked in Muskogee, and he told me this story about the day Biggie Smalls died, that he took off work with the black coworker he had, and they just drove around listening to Biggie all day, saying he wasn't dead repeatedly for the whole fucking day. It's like they just cut out like 9
It
a.m.
almost
They're like,
sounds
yeah.
like your dad wants to be racist.
Yeah, no, he like it's really his opinions on people is really weird and bad and outdated, and I just But he's a good guy, and he listens to every one of these episodes, and I love him. And
He
I
probably
hope-
likes fish.
I want him on the show before he fucking dies. So get your ass down here, Dad. Okay.
But you talking about that maybe it goes along with my story again. So like my grandmother grew up in Philadelphia during the Depression.
Mhm.
Like she grew up in like the early 40s. She like told all these stories and stuff. Like her and my grandfather got married, I think, in like the 30s.
Mhm.
Or
God damn.
Or late
Wait, so
30s,
your
early 40s.
German grandparents came here in the 1930s?
My German
What
grandfather
are you
met my
saying?
Italian grandmother in
They're
Philadelphia.
both on the bad side. They're both the bad guys.
Both of them.
They're
both of
both
their
Italian.
grandparents moved
German and
here
Italian?
before World War One.
Okay.
So
that's
they
what
were
it
like
is.
second generation American.
Okay.
Fuck, I'm like fourth generation. That's actually kind of hard.
That's kinda
anyway.
That's pretty cool.
So she is not. I don't want to say my grandmother is racist, but because of where she grew up and how she grew up, she has kind of a fear of black people.
Okay.
To the point where if she's alone in a grocery store, and if she's in an aisle alone, and a black person comes into that aisle, she will leave. And it makes her very... Well, it just makes her uncomfortable because she was assaulted and all this stuff on the streets of Philadelphia as a kid. But how she got over this is one of the funniest things to me. Is one of the missions that my church did was to Africa. And some, people moved back with us and they helped house people. My grandmother...
Are you telling me she conquered this mission like someone with a fear of heights conquers skydiving or something?
No. So when they came back, they brought a bunch of people back, set them up to live in America, helped them with immigration, all that stuff, right? One of them was this lovely older couple. And like you were saying, I grew up in a very white place.
Right.
Like there were not that many black... Like the most we saw were Puerto Ricans.
Right.
That was my first time ever meeting an actual
Right.
this is a black person.
In the South, black people are around
My
us,
grandmother,
yeah,
they became my grandmother's best friends. Literally, over the span of a year, my grandmother was no longer scared. My grandmother was no longer...
Who was it?
Literally the people who moved here from Africa.
Oh, yeah.
Hardly spoke English, but they were at my grandmother's house every Sunday dinner, every Wednesday dinner after Bible study, and every day, literally every day they came over for coffee and shit, and for whatever reason, because it was from church, my grandmother was fine with it, and it over time, passively conquered her fear, and it's one of the, funniest things to me, because she never fucking she still to this day does not realize that happened. She still talks like she's terrified of them.
Right.
And I feel fucking terrible saying that, but that's how she, that's how she sees it. And I'm because she was assaulted, she was almost raped at one point.
Right.
She has a fear from when she lived in the fucking bad part of
It should be a
Philadelphia.
fear of people.
It was, but it's just specific. It's a very specific
But if you get
thing.
mauled by a fucking pit bull, you might be more scared of pit bulls than you are chihuahuas.
I'll be more
It's
scared
just
of
fucking-
dogs in general.
No, it's that type of dog. It's
It's
the mean
one
type
or
of dog.
one or the other.
I think people
I
are
also
dogs.
listen. I'm just telling you what it was. I
Well,
can't
I
say it
understand
one
it.
thing or the other. I just know that's the
I
only
understand it.
that's the
I
only
understand
people
what
I've
you're
ever
saying.
seen my grandmother uncomfortable around.
I mean, I get it, dude. I have a
But
racist
also-
grandmother too. I mean, she was full-blood Native American, but
Now,
she
my
didn't like
grandfather is
anybody but
racist
other
without
natives.
meaning it. He
Right.
just says shit. Cotton picking is his favorite thing to say in the world. He says it instead of
Okay, I have a question for you. You live in North and South. Do you think this place is more racist or the North is more racist? Or is it different? Yeah, I'm just interested in your... And don't direct this towards me. I'm not trying to start shit with you. I'm just
honestly,
asking,
I haven't really encountered that
real
much
racism. Yeah.
here.
It's
It's more quiet.
It's closeted more so
yeah.
here if it is.
I don't know. I would say probably, just because I had more experience, Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are a lot of places in Pennsylvania that are really bad.
I've heard Pennsylvania is racist.
We have a couple of sundown towns in Pennsylvania.
Right.
Oh, shit.
That's not a southern thing. As weird as it is, there's not that many sundown towns in the South. There
One
really
thing
isn't.
I will
It's
say,
mostly in Midwestern,
If
northern...
you're a fan of The Office, and you are not white,
Scranton?
probably don't go to Scranton. That's not even a joke. Scranton
What do
is
you
one of
mean?
the most racist, fucked up places I've ever been in my
Scranton
life.
makes a bunch of electrical parts I use every day.
Scranton
it's weird. Scranton
is
makes a bunch of
fucking
electrical...
bad place to be.
Really? I would never guess that.
Next
It is
episode,
not a fucking good place to be.
I worked with a dude that, he lived near Erie. There's part of Erie that was really bad, too. Have you ever heard that? There's a part of Erie that's fucking
One
rough,
of the towns that my cousin lives in, the third worst town to live in, rated in America, and it's called Shamokin, Pennsylvania.
Shamokin.
It is old tribal land from a old coal mining land that was taken from tribe land, and it's just a rundown coal mine town. But it's so fucking bad that the top 10 worst places to live in America came out in 2018, and it was the 3rd worst town to live in the entire state.
God,
50
Isn't
states.
the actual
Shogi's
most
somewhere on there.
racist town in America in Arkansas?
It's Harrison, yeah. Well, here's what it is. It's not Harrison. What it is Harrison's a bigger city, and Harrison's a little bit racist. But outside of Harrison, there is a small community that, is the Klan and the neo-Nazis, during the 60s, they weren't on the same page. Because the people that were descendants of the current generation of the Klan in Arkansas were descendants of people that were World War II vets. And so they weren't down with some German fucking... That wasn't them, right? They were rednecks. And the people that were neo-Nazis were neo-Nazis. They're sort of like German culture. Harrison, Arkansas is where the two of them had... this is what the way it's funny to me is that there are turfs combined, and they're like, we're going to put this aside, and we're going to set up actual gift shops, like white supremacist gift shops and billboards and radio stations in this town, like a small town outside of Harrison, and it's going to be the headquarters of who the Klan National, it's going to be the head of the National Alliance, and this is going to be like a meeting point for people that have these big views. Even though I don't want them over here and they want me over there, we agree on this part in Arkansas, we can get along. And so Harrison, they say it was a racist town, but actually if you go there, from what I understand, there's more history behind the town being racist, and it's not in the city limits. It's in the outskirts of it where the Klan building actually is and stuff, like where all that. But it's weird thing about that they had like this common interest, and they fucking were able to like have a meeting point where they did it. And it is one of the only openly racist towns. There's a place that we don't talk about a lot. Have we talked about Elham City on the podcast yet?
No, we have not.
Okay,
That's what I was actually.
All right, we're second with you.
Before
So
you
this is a little-
delve too deeply, can I actually finish 2 questions for Rage to end their segment?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And actually, I experienced more racism in Salt Lake City than I have here.
I believe that too. I showed Rage SLC Punk, and then Rage started cracking the fuck up because all the girls in there have the specific
They have the
haircut.
fucking Raven cut.
That's not a thing
And
here.
all the Ravens
That's not a thing
have
here.
the fucking
That's really not a thing
Raven
here.
cut.
Yeah.
I have a
didn't know
girl that I
was.
follow on, just a girl I met on Tinder and never really went anywhere, but I still follow her on Instagram, and that has been her haircut for 2 years.
Right, and a bunch of girls in the 90s in that movie had that haircut.
Yeah,
It's
it
weird.
is
Yeah.
like the goth, punk hairstyle.
Here it's like
for
the
women.
bangs.
Yeah.
I think the bangs is more common, like just the bangs.
Yeah,
you
just
know
the
what I mean?
bangs,
Yeah.
Like, it's just kind of wild to be, driving down the street, and you just see some kids get out of school, and it's just this group of little goth kids, and they all just have their Raven cut walking down the
Right,
street.
the Raven
It's
cut.
just, it kind of throws you off at one point. you know
For us,
what I
it's
mean?
like bangs and mullets. Those are pretty.
Also,
common in
the
the
way
punk goth community.
me
I have
and-
not seen a mullet yet.
You'll
There
see a
are-
couple.
they
of them.
exist,
You'll see
yeah.
a few
you,
of them,
may
man.
not see a true mullet, but you'll see that
Like stylized.
that-
Like
I don't know
yeah.
if I can
Yeah.
identify a mullet, to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
Oh, you'll know when you see a shit. You'll know. You'll know.
This used to be a blonde mohawk. That's what it
He's
used
lying.
to be.
He always had crew cut. He
Like,
always had short hair, dude.
Hell yeah.
No, but like the way me and Hunter dress, like the punks and tahlequah, like the way Bryce dressed, the way fucking Mason Gibson dressed,
Yeah.
all that shit. That's like different than the way the punks in Tulsa dress. Like the punks in Tulsa are more like fashionista, like stylistic, like studs and fashionable shit.
And then
all
we
our
just
stuff,
get our
yeah,
shit from thrift
It's
stores.
a mixture of like redneck
Yeah,
and skater and punk. It's like a weird
It's like-
different. And then when we go to Tulsa, they can tell we're from Tahlequah based on the way we dress. They
Yep.
know we're not from Tulsa. Like, they just know it instinctively. Not because of the bands, because we're having to do this on a limited fucking budget.
Punk is not the style, punk
Yeah.
is the meaning behind everything.
I agree too. I don't think punk
It's
is,
about
like,
the
you have to
music.
define.
It really is, man. Like, who cares
I
who
think it's
started
more
it,
of a
man?
lifestyle than more about the music.
It was the
nowadays.
Clash. It was the fucking Sex Pistols. The Ramones. Ugh.
Who gives a shit? It's
Who gives
all
a
music.
shit? It's all about the fucking music, man. Like,
And all I know is we did it harder, and we did it faster,
And we
did it
definitely did it with more fucking love,
baby. No, I do love. Okay, so what I was gonna talk about was Elohim City. So this is a dark transition. Okay, so what it was
Hold on.
is that there's a.
Tyler had 2 more questions.
He has 2 more. Okay, then let me pee real quick. Go ahead.
Okay.
Right.
I don't like the smile on your face.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, they're not that bad.
My
What-
zipper's
the
been
first
down this
question-
whole time, and you guys didn't even fucking tell me. God damn it.
So you would say that you consider yourself slightly autistic, as well as probably beholder of what some would call an autism superpower. What would be your autism superpower and your greatest use of it in your memory?
That's a good question.
Mine's flicking 90s on Fortnite.
You just learned how to do that like not even a month ago.
I'm bad at it, so.
I don't know how to answer that.
Do you feel like you
It's
could lift
a
a
good
car
one.
if you were really mad,
Definitely.
or like name?
I mean, I am a little stronger than I look, and I do attribute that to the tism.
That strength, that R word strength. That fucking.
Hey, that's our word. Thank you.
That's R word.
Do you remember like all the state capitals?
No.
I do.
No.
Quiz me. Do it.
I could make you a recipe off the spot if you told me what you were what you had to cook with. I remember food things. I can make if you tell me that you need me to make you something and I read it in a book on how to make it 10 years ago, I could probably remember how to make it.
Okay, so you're kind of like Julie Child. Got it.
Who was Julia Child?
I do have a photographic memory of
Okay,
direction,
okay,
but it
okay,
only,
okay.
for whatever reason, it is like literally directions. Like if I drive somewhere, I can usually remember how to get there again without having to look.
Do you have a pretty good understanding of tahlequah and the geography here?
Yes.
You do? Okay.
I
yeah,
could
that's good.
figure out if you just dropped me off at Walmart, I could figure out.
Oh,
how
I
to
get back. Okay, that's good. Yeah.
As well as it in really dumb ways of direction of like I remember how to do every step of the Romeo and Juliet quest on Old School RuneScape.
Alright, there we go.
As well as the really dumb Dracula dungeon part where you have to flip a bunch of switches. I can do that, but also anything with cooking. Like I know like I can watch a video on how to do a technique and I can replicate it.
Fuck yeah.
Or I've also seen you consume up to 3 ongoing forms of media. At the same time.
My ability to binge watch is kind of legendary. Oh my god, what would you say is my
Binge
most
watch?
accomplished binge watch?
Binge watching a show while also listening to a podcast while also playing video games. I don't know what the longest show you've watched is, but yeah. And my last question is, besides the standard situational eating of sorry, I fucked that up. Besides the standard situation of eating at the table in the restaurant, or possibly bringing it home to the family dinner table, what is another scenario of eating a Popeye's chicken sandwich that you have encountered or could think of?
Go ahead. We're waiting.
So that ties back to me bringing a third into my relationship and then losing my girlfriend to that third. When I brought that third in, she was a old fuck buddy of mine who moved back into the state and wanted to fuck.
Okay.
And my girlfriend at the time, I had helped her fuck one of my other female friends, and our relationship went way downhill after that. Should have realized she was a lesbian from how things kind of devolved after she fucked one of my female friends. But homie comes in, it's like 3 weeks of nothing but all three of us fucking at any possible given time. Like, homie is staying at our house. Like, I'm coming home from work to them fucking, me joining in. It's a great time. I have a video on my phone of me waking up on a day off, playing with Tyler, playing Apex with Tyler, going to get Popeye's chicken sandwich, and coming back to them fucking in the bed. They wanted me to fuck with them. And instead, I chose to sit on my chair and eat my Popeye's chicken sandwich.
I believe your exact words were, "It's still fresh right now."
Yeah,
It's still fresh.
I didn't want to have sex because my sandwich would have gotten room
Cold,
temperature
yeah.
and or cold. So I sat there and ate 2 spicy Popeye's chicken sandwiches while my girlfriends fucked on the bed, and then proceeded to play Apex with Tyler when I finished the sandwiches and just let them fuck on the bed. Which was a thing that happened often, and whoever our poor random was, whenever we played Apex at that time, just heard my girlfriends fucking in the background. Because I just open mic'd that shit.
I became mute to it and started drowning it out.
And for anyone wondering, one of them was hot.
I bet.
Fuck yeah. Okay, one actual last question, just a good one. What keeps you going, and what are the parts of life that you enjoy the most? That's my last question.
I talk a lot of shit, but I could never back up actually killing myself.
What?
So that's why I'm still here. I could never even attempt. And so what keeps me going is the fact that I'm kind of a pussy. And also,
I'm trying to make this nice.
And also, if I killed myself, I would miss out on all of the food that I want to try.
There you go.
Like, that is my
There's no
joy
say.
in life, is within the past week, I've made 4 things that I've never made before because of my job. And one thing that I came up with randomly while high that is now a menu item.
That's fucking badass. Mushrooms?
Right? No, it's a burnt red onion. It's a balsamic glazed burnt red onion.
Fucking badass, dude.
But I've learned how to make collard greens in the past week, how to make turnip greens. I learned how to make fucking couscous today, and that
Couscous.
is
I hardly
a
know
fucking
her.
terrible ingredient. Fuck couscous. That's some bullshit.
Cusco.
Who wants to eat something that has no fucking flavor? That's some horse shit. That's some white people shit. Get it the fuck out. I know
Hey, Asians do that too.
It's
That's
a
what
recipe.
Have you
Israeli,
ever had
but-
fucking what's it called? Tabbouleh? What's the grain in tabbouleh?
That's really, yeah. Basmati or.
Have you ever had just like plain basmati rice?
Yeah,
It's not that good, but you put it in tabbouleh.
but it has a
and
great texture, and it's very floral.
You're floral.
A little bit.
A little bit. Hey, I accept it. It's a free country, dude. It's a free fucking country. Where are we at time-wise?
What we got?
Hour 34.
I think that's, what do
Good
you guys
enough
think?
time to
You
end
guys-
it and start the orgy, boys.
Alright, wait, hold on. Hunter. Okay, Mason's not here. I'm not the best at guitar.
Alright.
I'm gonna give you some options. Would you do...
We need you off the dome. We need a punk style Dolly Parton right now.
Jolene.
Kids down in Memphis getting blamed for all kinds of shit. But the thing that they didn't deserve is everything that they're worth.
Everything
Because they dress a little different. Well, fuck that. Yes, sir. Fuck that. Gotta get off our back.
Free West Memphis 3. Alright, you guys have a good one. We're doing stand up this week, Wednesday at Ned's. Come see us. We're doing an open mic. Me
Shout out
and
to
Hunter and Mason, who isn't here right now because he's a piece of shit, and Hunter's gay. See you guys next week.